Today in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 spiritual contracts that you forgot you agreed to when you came into this life. What's up, everybody? My name is Jessie Everett, and I help people become the best versions of themselves. So like I said, today I want to talk about these 3 spiritual contracts that you forgot that you agreed to. So let's get right into it. The first one is going to be that you are an immortal spiritual being having a human experience. I know that sounds completely backwards, right? I know whenever I was on my spiritual journey and I learned this, that's exactly what I thought. Because what I thought was that we live this life and then we die and we either go to heaven or hell. That's what I was taught. I grew up in the Mormon Catholic churches, half and half with my family. It was a little weird for me, but that's really what I was taught. I was taught that you have to live the best life that you possibly can, because then you're either going to go to heaven or hell. And we're not going to get into the Mormon thing where it's completely different. It's not just heaven or hell, but we'll save that for another video. We're not going to get into religion or politics, so please don't shoot the messenger. You are an immortal spirit having a human experience. So when you come into this life, you actually choose kind of the path that you want to take. You're here for a reason. And the reason why we forget when we come in here is because if we remember, then we won't believe that this game is real. Think about it as like being in a video game, right? It's like a game. You don't know really what's going on, so everything that you face is a challenge. So a lot of times when we're kids and we feel that fear and we have anxiety and stuff like that, it's because we have that separation from our spiritual being. Another thing that I personally believe, and this is just my own personal belief, is that we choose the parents that we are born to. I believe that we choose our parents because there are specific things that we are supposed to experience in this life. So we have to choose the families that we come into. Like for me personally, I feel like I had to experience loss as a child. I had to experience disconnection as a child. I had to experience not feeling loved as a child. So I picked a family that I could be born into that wasn't necessarily going to love me like every other family, okay? And that I felt disconnected because I grew up in foster care. Right, so I picked this family to be born into so that I could learn those lessons and experience those things that I was meant to experience. So when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense when you first start on your spiritual journey. Once you've progressed down and you're meditating a lot and you've really connected with your higher self, you really do start to connect with the universal energy and you start to remember. I really believe that we are going through a great awakening right now and we are on the path to remembering. I definitely believe that that's why we are here. Not necessarily every single person, but definitely my belief is that the majority, we are here to awaken and remember and to spread that. Okay, now the second thing is going to be that we give the meaning to everything because we have free will. So I believe that everything is neutral. The chair is neutral, rain is neutral, cloudy skies are neutral, different smells are neutral. They only get the meaning that they have because we give it to them. And for me, I believe that positive meanings are things that are very connective and make us feel good. Not feel good as in like, oh, that smells really good, but connects with our spirit, integrates very well into our spiritual being. And I believe that negative or bad things are things that disconnect us from other people, disconnect us from ourselves, okay? So we really do have the choice to give meaning to everything. So when we go outside, we can either say, oh, it's so hot and nasty out here, or we can say, oh, it's so beautiful and I love feeling the sun on my skin because it feels really good. Like for me, I grew up in California, so rain for me is awesome. Like when I moved to Texas and I got to experience all the storms and stuff and monsoons in Arizona when I lived there too, I loved it. But maybe somebody who grew up in Oregon or Washington, all they have is a negative association with that because they grew up in an area where it rains all the time, so they were just miserable. Do you see the difference here? So you actually are able to give the meaning to everything because we start off with everything being neutral. When you come in here as a baby, you don't think, oh, I hate the rain, it's miserable. You are completely neutral. The way that you get these different opinions and these different meanings to things is through conditioning. The third spiritual contract that I believe we chose but forgot we picked it is we chose a path. Like for me, I feel like I chose to be a speaker. I feel like I chose to be a life coach. I also feel like I chose to have all of these different traumatic experiences in my life so that no matter who comes to me, I'm able to help them in a unique way. Okay, for me specifically. Because for me, when I'm on stage, when I'm doing these videos, when I'm talking to you, it feels good for me. This is where I connect. This is where, I feel motivated. I feel happy. Whatever's going on in my life completely disappears because this is what feels good to me. So I believe that we choose to imagine it like this, like you're a spirit and you're going to go to earth, but before you can actually be born, you walk down this hallway and you walk down this hallway and we can choose to walk down however we want, but we choose this specific path. So for you, it might be that you are just here to be a mom, to give nurturing love to someone, to another spirit. Or maybe you were chosen here to be a nurse to where you could help heal people, right? Through medical technology. Everybody's path is a little bit different. I know for me, I definitely chose to become a widow because that was a turning point for my life. I mean, it's something that I didn't really realize while it was happening because I was very asleep during this time. Asleep meaning I hadn't really gone through my spiritual ascension. And then right after that, I started to rapidly go through it. I mean, I started to awake so fast. Meditation for me, I can do a 30-minute meditation and go into another dimension and train there. I mean, it has happened so fast and it's only been 3.5 years, okay? So as I've been on this spiritual path, I've definitely learned that the abuse that I had as a child, the neglect I had as a child, the disconnection I had from other people growing up and even as an adult, and then into having children, losing children. We can talk about that on another video. And then leading up to the point where my late husband passed away, I mean, he was definitely sent here to provide me with unconditional love and then leave so that I could blossom into the best version of myself. So just think about your life path and think about things that have happened in your life leading up to where you are today, and then concentrate on what really speaks to your soul, what really makes you feel good. So I wanted to recap here the 3 spiritual contracts that I believe, in my opinion, don't shoot the messenger, that we agreed to, but then we forgot. Number 1 was that we are an immortal spirit having a human experience, and that we are sent here to awaken and remember what that experience is. Number 2 is that everything is a neutral meaning, and that we actually have free will and the option to give the meaning to everything that in our life, so we get to choose whether it's positive or negative. And in my personal opinion, I feel that if it connects with our soul and it integrates with us, it's positive. And if it separates us from other people, then it's negative. And the third thing is going to be that we choose a path and that we get to walk down this hallway. And it doesn't matter how we walk down it, but we do choose our path. So take a look at what has been going on in your life and see if you can figure out what your path is. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you found any value in this video, please give it 2 thumbs up, okay? And like it and share it with your friends. I hope you have a wonderful day. Live your best life. Love everyone around you and be grateful for all the miracles and blessings that come into your life. Bye, guys. I'll see you on my next video.